Test 1 2. Test 1 2. That's loud. That's loud. Hello. Welcome to the podcast. I'm Jay Ellensworth. I'm your host. I hope that's not loud enough. It seems like that shouldn't be loud enough. I don't know. I'm figuring it out. But welcome back to SideQuest. SideQuest 11 this is. And for today, well, I just gotta make sure I can hear myself, right? No, I can't. Can't hear myself that well. This is louder on my head, so hold on. I gotta do a alternating. Put it down. It's loud. I don't know if I'm loud. I'm trying to get the. Trying to hear it. I got half. You got the. It's Dark Skies, if I recall, by Francisco. I think that'll work. I got a background now. All right. So that was the last bit of checks. So welcome. I'm gonna turn that down on my own ear. Welcome to. If you and also if you need the volume lowered, let me know. But welcome to SideQuest 11. What am I doing here today? I'm gonna I can hear myself talking. I am here to do two things. One main thing I gotta do, which I missed last week, which was going off of Batman Zero Year Part 2. Yeah, I needed to get that done. I'm a little late today. Doing other stuff. I do have NPC news as well, but I feel like that we can go through quick. And the whole reason why I gotta get ready in like an hour. So let's get into it. I'm gonna actually start with Batman Year Zero because I have notes from last week that I need to go through. Because otherwise, I'm gonna be going through another podcast and going back through two things of notes. So last time, if I recall, Bruce was getting shot up by the police after searching for the Bone Doctor, or Dr. Death, the doctor who looks like death, or bones of death. Anyways, to catch you up, I'm just going to read over the story so far, get you back up into where we were. Yeah, because that's what I have in my notes. It says, read the story so far at the beginning, and then it goes right into the notes. So, the story so far. Gotham City has a new hero inspired by bats that haunted the network of caves beneath his family mansion. Bruce Wayne had created a new identity, the Batman. His early effects nearly proved fatal. His early efforts nearly proved fatal. But he succeeded in preventing the nihilistic Red Hood from exploding a radioactive chemical cocktail across the city. And in the process, the gang's elusive leader plunged to his apparent death in a vat of toxic materials. There was no time to mull over this victory. Edward Nygma, the criminal genius obsessed with puzzles, announced the beginning of his career as the Riddler. By blacking out the city. I thought I was blocking. The challenge to Batman is to restore power. Another McAfee? Another McAfee? M-A-C-A-B-R-E. I don't know that. What it says, but I'm gonna go with it. Anyways, another threat emerged from the shadows. A big threat. I'm going to say that. An ex-Wayne Enterprises employee, Dr. Carl Helfern. I was reading it fine last week when I read it. Not in my head, but Helfern, Helfern, like a plant, growing plant from hell, was killing scientists from his. Dr. Carl Helfern was killing scientists from his old team, known as Dr. Death, where he developed a serum that injected mutated the bones of the victims. I missed a word. I swear, am I dyslexic? He was killing scientists from his old team, known as Dr. Death. I missed a whole line. He had developed a serum that when injected, mutated the bones of the victims horribly. Batman sped to Gotham City Weather Center, the location of the surviving team's scientists. On arrival, he found they had been infected and someone had tipped the police. Batman was met by a hail of bullets. And then we start off with and I looked this up. It's actually a custom song, but it's a flashback to Tokyo, 1946, with a woman singing on a stage, talking about, or let me just go. You are far from tonight, my dear, in fearful parts, but be brave for me tonight, my dear, because every heart that cares for you tonight, my dear, shines down on you. In the light of the pale, pale moon, watching over you tonight, my dear, in the light of the pale, pale moon. So I think it's just, honestly, considering on how I've read more into this, we actually get some background information. So I'm actually more confused by that than anything. But we come back, I guess, to Gotham 6 years ago with Batman getting his butt shot up. We have, like, even his cowl gets broken off. I have on my nose, he got blasted hard. So there's that. Batman throws a heavy smoke screen with half his cowl blown off and can't contact Alfred. So he's trying to contact Alfred, but it's his whole thing's gone. And by the way, it's not like his head's blown off. I don't know if you can sort of see that. Let me just put my hand over here. Nope. I guess not. If you can sort of see it right there, it broke it off, but it didn't shoot into it. It's trauma. That's I know it's a podcast, but I mean, he's not got a hole in his head. Otherwise, that would explain more of Batman than anything else later on. However, he can't seem to do anything, so he hears them say, like, hey, just be prepared, he's gonna use his thing and go into the rafters, and he's like, well, I can't do that. So he ends up fighting him a bit, punching a couple guys, running his way through the door. He knows he can't escape through the rafters and heads to the boat he comes in on. And then what turns out, he's getting told, you like the candy? Did he say candy? Do you like the candy I left you? And it's a grenade right on his boat. So that blows up, basically knocking him out. And then you got some guys from farther away with what appears to be, or on boats with automatic rifles, shooting at him. He realizes it, and they say, drive him back into the moss. So he's back in to where he just got shot up. Still smoky. And now he's getting shot at by those guys now, though. So he's I don't know if he does get hit on, like, the non-vital areas, if anything. And it's like it's very close, but not hitting him. Either way, Smoke grenade. After jumping back to the deck and turning, he threw a smoke grenade out there and went back in. He comes back in, jumps into the diving pool while also grabbing an air canister. Ends up kicking off the end and using that to escape underneath or to escape so that they can't find him. However, as soon as he gets up, he's asking to see if Alfred can hear him. He's like, Cave, can you hear me? No. But then he gets a light shine on him and it says, Batman, stop what you're doing and get on the boat. It turns out it's actually Commissioner Gordon. Well, not Commissioner yet. It's Officer Gordon. I don't know what he is. Or Detective. I don't know, actually. I can't remember if that was a thing. He is actually rescued by Gordon. He's not. However, he's like it's a mile to shore. They'll find you before you make it a quarter of the distance, is what Gordon tells him. And then he hears in the background, "Damn it, he's not here. Comb the river, comb it." So yeah, he's like, "Your call." So it's raining out this time, and it's like this is that storm, this heavy storm that was going on. Gordon suggests that Batman takes off his mask before he burns his eye out because he's got an electrical thing going on because of his eyes. Can't do that. Don't want that. So, in good faith, Gordon gives Batman his glasses, so he can fix and recover on the way back to shore, and keep his identity still hidden. Batman eventually asks why he helps Batman, like why he should listen to Gordon, and Gordon says it's because of Bruce Wayne. And again, he doesn't know Batman is Bruce Wayne, but he's like, next page. Quickly going over the story and how Bruce met Gordon, his parents' death day. So if you didn't know, Bruce that day when Bruce's parents died, ended up being one of the first people to respond. Bruce earlier that day snuck into the movie theater. I guess he was truant or something like that, or he just snuck in. Either way, he was being taken back with Gordon and his partner. On the way back, Gordon got a trench coat, and eventually Bruce put two and two together. This is a trench coat with this is a bribe. So that's how Bruce took it. So now to get Gordon's side of things, it was only Gordon's third week, and he still believed in what he was doing was good and with the city and all that. It was when Wayne's hopeful young boy face made Gordon's illusion fade. So he investigated a tailor. He's like, it was only my third week in Gotham. I just moved here from Chicago, where things had been very ugly. You should see it now. So ugly, I guess. Well, no, I'm thinking of California. Sorry, no offense, but you have it coming with all the hobos. I can't say. It's like Hoovervilles again. Like, I can't say that. I can't say that it's not wrong. Anyway, so ugly, I guess, that there was still trying to be hopeful about the place. See the way it was pretended to be me by the department, by recruitment. They want the way I wanted, blah blah blah. Almost just killed me, the whole illusion. I had to know everything. I just had to see. I learned later that the dog fight was just the tip of the iceberg. So he goes into this. Tailor. I'm presuming the same tailor where he got the trench coat. So he looks in that, and turns out there's dog fighting. So not looking great for that. However, only find animal fighting ring with cops all the way up, betting even low, because once Gordon finds this, he's like, hey, you gotta stop this, otherwise I'm gonna tell Commissioner Loeb. I was like, what do you mean? Loeb's gonna be here in an hour. Like, we'll take bets for him. Like, what do you mean? And like, that's awful. Then instead of like, you know, being like, well, what do you do now? Well, guess what? He gets thrown into a match with 3 dogs as bets were placed. And funny, it turns out that only Jim's partner bet on Jim. So that's that. I mean, you got the confidence there, which he does say to Gordon. Let's see. Gordon gets thrown in the match with 3 dogs and bets replaced. Partner being the only person to put a bet on Gordon. Gordon wins, but pulls a gun on his partner as he's getting his winnings. However, Gordon being all bloodied up, like from the dog fight and whatnot, and these are vicious pit bulls, like too. Actually, and from what it seems, it looks like there's actually 4 dogs in this. Yeah. And also, yeah, and it looks like Gordon shot the dogs, and that's how he won. So I'm looking at that. Anyhow, he puts the gun there. Partner's like, no, you ain't gonna do that. And then, then he reminded me about my little girl Barbara and my little boy, and he wondered if they enjoyed playing with dogs as much as I did. That's cold. That's really cold. Especially from a cop to another cop. Oh, man. I could make a whole American Folk County Police Department joke there, but I won't. You'll think about it, but I won't. Because, boy, does that feel so corrupt. Partner disrupts Jim and reminds him of his family. Jim then walks away defeated. He says, I was going to walk my damn beat. That's sort of like what you're going to do now. He walks down and becomes one of the first responders to Pruse's parents' murder. And he's wearing that. Yeah, they ended up, the cops. Like I don't know if it was a partner, but the cops who were there gave Gordon a pit bull as a warning, but he uses the coat and dog as a reminder that he hasn't forgotten what the cops did to himself. He feels ashamed of what he has done with that. When it comes down to it, Gordon is just, in my opinion, he's like, I'm gonna wear this because I can't let that happen. So, and it, like, you see this coat, like, I'm wearing this because I need to be reminded that this crap happens. You can't be lost in the illusion. Or at least that's my opinion or thought. However, by the time he gets done, like, he's like, oh, but you're Batman, and like, hold on, let me get that. This is how Bruce McCoy. Where am I? Alright, next page. Yep. Wrong way. Lost. I'm lost on my notes. That's side quest 10. Side quest 10. Batman Year Zero. There we go. Okay. Sorry. With that, Batman asks for the boat to stop. Gordon's glass is already with him in his pocket. He doesn't realize it right now. Batman leaves, but he's like, Is like, because that little boy Bruce Wayne, he came back to fight for the city, and now you're here too. You're changing things, and together. Now I see you, Batman. I see what's clear about. Let's see. But now, for the first time since that night, I feel that maybe there's a chance that because that little boy Bruce Wayne came back to fight for the city. So if someone who went through that whole thing can come back and fight for the city to be better, then yeah. And then Batman's doing the same thing. Huh? Coincidence? I think not. Either way, that's Bruce. It seems like it's a good way. It's a good speech to maybe, recruit. But back in the cave, Bruce is fishing up the jammer and asks about, or finishing up the jammer, not fishing, and asks about the Halfern residue. Al says that it's a mix of everything, different DNA, a residue as common as mud. It's very common. It's basically, this is a residue. Everybody has it. So, but then Alfred asks, let's see. And then Alfred also asks, thinks if it's a good idea to bring maybe Gordon in on the mix of what they're doing, and it comes down to not. I'm explaining like on probably how Bruce would have, but no, I'm not. I'm not as articulate. What we got is, because Alfred phrases it like this. You might consider letting some of us help you. Some of us, and here's the thing, because that's how he brings the us is the word, because that means multiple. And it's like, okay, Gordon and Al. That's what he makes sense of. I have you, that's enough help, is how Bruce responds. I was about to say. Sorry, should be doing that in the microphone. He wants to help Bruce more. So Al wants to help Bruce more. Bruce does say he'll think about Gordon, by the way, but Al thinks it's a good idea. Al wants to help Bruce more, which he tells about the scene from the previous part of Bruce possible being found. So in the previous episodes I've done. At the very beginning of the book, it had Bruce, first of all, let's see, how far back? Yeah, it had Bruce in a cage and him dangling, and then a voice on the other end, and you hear said voice say, Bruce. I thought it was his dad. Like, this was a mental thing. Like, he's trapped in a whole space here, and it's his dad who's trying to get a hold of him. No, it was Alfred, because to Alfred with the help of his uncle Philip, because his uncle was looking for him. So that kind of blew me away. But he was upset because he's like, I know you're there. You're just choosing not to respond, which is what happened. From what we saw from that, I guess now flashback, not a mental episode. So that was an interesting one. All Al could do is ask for Bruce, but he knew Bruce was there, but didn't answer on purpose. Al says Batman is punishing him and the city by bearing witness to this crusade alone. Batman leaves knowing where to go somehow through that conversation. Either way, we all like Batman. It's a whole speech. I'm not going to go through the whole speech, but I gave you the gist of it. So, however, Batman now knows where Halfern is. Yeah, and Alfred doesn't. So, but I don't understand, sir. The catacombs are a historic tourist attraction. I have trouble believing it's not an attraction. It's not an attraction in a blackout. So ideally, like, obviously you're not gonna in a blackout. yeah, sure, you're gonna have tourists down here. No, so it's a good time for that to be there, and it also has all the composition that is needed for this. Secret Lab is in the catacombs under the city for theatrics. That's really how Bruce takes it. And then Al's like, really? Coming from the guy dressed as a bat? Paraphrasing, but yes. The old bones make up for the best, I guess, corruption of being exposed to air for a long time. So what I mean, like, you have something. Basically, if you're a smoker and you have a coat and you're smoking, your coat is going to smell like smoke, right? Same thing when it comes down to these catacombs and this mixture of bones. This is like, because this became very popular for a thing to do way back when, I guess, of Gotham City. The catacombs were built to protect the city from the marshy, disease-ridden cemeteries of the 18th century parishes. But they became so popular so fast that soon families were only allowed to donate a single bone from their loved ones for preservation. I'll be honest, I kind of don't want to be buried in the ground. I kind of want to be buried above ground. So, yeah. Maybe if I'm dead and I'm buried above ground, you can find me. Who knows? But that makes this, which would make this a pretty dramatic location for Halfern's Land, and Halfern does have a scene that have a flair for dramatic, and then Alfred says the young man in the bat suit. And then Bruce finds the lab. And he's like, I'm in. I'll ask, do you see anything to know? And he says, I'm not sure yet. However, there is a helmet here. And this helmet, I don't know if I showed you on the podcast last time, but this helmet says Tokyo Moon, which is the same helmet that we saw in the previous, again, intro end of a comic, previous episode. I can't remember which. I think it was 4, or the 4th one of this. So this is Batman Year Zero Part 7, by the way. So Part 4, I believe. 4 or 5. One of those, either way, there was a flashback. Something happened, and all the soldiers died. Just that. That's all I know. And then it showed that the helmet. It just shows the helmet. That's my thing right there. There's the helmet. From that mission. But that was in the desert. So I don't know. He sees, then Batman unravels a blueprint and just starts saying, oh no, 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 no. Okay, so, alright, I actually covered that a lot more than what I thought. Alright, so what Halfern ends up was making a doomsday machine for the Riddler. The killings were a smokescreen to set material. Is that what I have? Is that what happened? Something much worse. He's been stealing material from the scientists he's killed. So that's what Halfern was doing, to make some kind of doomsday machine where he's going to take control of the whole city, Alfred, in just hours. And that's right, Batman. You've been making quite the impression on the city, but I'm afraid I'm about to make a bigger one. And it's Nigma on the computer screen. That's my whole point, Batman. Can't you see entropy has sped up the world? Dying, the seas are rising, resources are dwindling, the powerful are getting so much, or more so. We all feel it. I butchered that last line. It's that the powerful are getting more so. We all feel it. We all know it. The only weapon any of us has against the tide is intelligence, smarts. So why not speed things up even more, those forces of destruction, and make people get smart? Get smart or die. And unfortunately for you, detective, you weren't smart enough to cut it this time. That is how you will think of yourself, isn't it? As a detective. And detective novels, well, they're like riddles after all. Battles of wits. Empirical riddles, sure. Not as pure, but still they qualify. And then, boom, goes the wall. Or ceiling. The detective, he adds up all the clues and repairs the standard design of things. But in this case, the detective, well, he's gonna get washed away. It's time to bury said detective down here with the fallen martyrs, because in a matter of minutes, Gotham will belong to me, every fiber of it. Its bones, its blood, its very air it breathes, much more deadlier, and I have a much more deadlier riddle for the city than the one you just failed to solve. So let's close the chapter on this little detective novel, shall we, Batman? Because this is where your part of the story ends. So Batman's getting swallowed up by water at this point, because the catacombs are underneath, the marshes and whatnot. So either don't get into it. I don't know the layout of Gotham City. It always changes. Either way, the Enigma blasts the hole, and I just read to you his entire speech. And then we have obviously nothing here. I would say, okay, so there's a box underwater somewhere, because you can tell us a Riddler box or something underwater against a possible wall. Either way, there's fish there. I don't know anything of what that means. Then there's another thing with wires and a Riddler area here, which kind of looks like a door. I can't show it for some freaking reason. It likes to think of that as background, even though yeah, that's the wrong side. Yeah, look at that. You can't. So I'm sorry. I know it's a podcast. I fail. Either way, it looks like a door with a Riddler symbol on it. And then the last one is a Doomsday Weather balloon looking thing up in the sky with another Riddler balloon on that. And then finally, Batman's hand up. Oh yeah, that works. Batman's hand comes up with the bones all around them. So that was Batman Zero Year, Part 7. So I hope that was interesting enough. I had a lot of surprises in that one. I was like, oh wow, that's from that. I thought that was just mental. So now I'm also thinking about the beginning of this one, where it had the 1946, and then it was like, oh yeah, like you're going to the moon. Like, I don't know, is that just a metaphor for him dying? Is this actually all taking place in 1946? I'm losing it. I'm losing it. So, and I thank you for watching. If you want to leave a like, comment down below. Anything else. I just remembered that I never did change my notification for Twitch. So it just says I don't care about Twitch, which ultimately is true. I am on, what is it? I am on a just worrying about YouTube kind of thing. But either way, so that went, I kind of sped through that. It seemed very energetic for me. I can't also see it. I can't even see on how many people would be watching. I don't know. Stream docs. It's control center. No. YouTube chat. No, I already have chat for multi everything. Yeah. Well, okay, maybe I don't have anything for activity 4. I think I only have activity feed for that. And I have no idea what's going on at anything else. I don't know how it works. All I know is at least I can see the chat. Excuse me. Anyhow, so why did I do that first? Well, because I missed it last week. So that's usually how I end it. Why do I feel like I gotta end it now? No, I'm not ending it now. Shut up.
Nope.
We are not ending it now.
I'm just dandy.
I'm also a little cranky today, so maybe a little bit more of that. So, but now is for my favorite part, actually, which is NPC news, because I'm the NPC. You just have to listen to it. I like that. I like that as my I like that as my intro. So okay. So yes, I'm the NPC. You just have to listen to it. This is entertainment news, NPC news, non-playable character news. So there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. Well, maybe there is, but I can't do anything about it. I'm the NPC. Well, we start with celebrity news, movie news, and so on and so forth for this segment here. And this is my favorite. I love doing this segment, even though it doesn't. Last week it took an hour. It took a long time. I missed a whole month of it because I wanted to just do gaming every week. I had a whole thing with a wedding last week and whatnot. Daughter just got fractured her foot on Monday, so that was fun. You know, all the fun stuff to go through, but now to get to my favorite thing, which is NPC news. So we're going to start with celebrity news, and like the only reason why I love doing this part is not because I love the news on it. Believe me, I could care less on a lot of this stuff. That's why it's NPC. I'm just looking it up. It's just it gives me a chance to talk and do what I think I want to do. This is the news, chit chat. This is us. This is the podcast. This is the main meat and bones to me. Sunday. So this is going from last week, and I did my research to Sunday. No, wait, no, it was Monday is when I did my research. So I don't believe I checked out the Nintendo Direct, whatever that is. So that'll be coming up later. That's why if you see in the thumbnail for the horizontal view, you have the gamers there, and if you're watching on the vertical view on YouTube, you have the gamer stuff there. You have the thumbnail right there. If you're watching on Kick or Twitch, hi. I don't know if anybody exists there, so I'm just trying to get the name out. Also, I just realized that's the wrong way. Damn it. Yep. Ah, dirty. Now it's better. How about that? Lovely me. Lovely me. Alright, starting with celebrity news from this last week. And only this last week. Because I'm not trying to go all the way to the past. It's a podcast, we'll do it. I'm doing stuff. I'm stalling, aren't I?
Ridiculous.
Okay, I'm sorry. Sunday, June 7th, the 2026 Tony Awards from Radio City Music Hall happened. Tony Awards, from what I understand, are Broadway awards. From what I understand, from what I saw from this. So, and I did remember saying this on a previous NPC news. Pink did host. This was her first time hosting. And I guess she performed a high-flying aerial stunt over the Broadway crowd. So, I mean, congrats. I mean, it's not like she pulled a... I'm not going to say it. That's just... No, that's that... I'm thinking of Owen Hart. Let's just say, glad that didn't happen. But that's just, like, when you do a stunt like that, that's the first thing I'm thinking of. Sorry. So there was that. There was also news. The girl from Scott Pilgrim versus the World showed up. Where I go? I feel like I already had that on. Let's see. I have her name here. Okay, so nothing actually. Oh man, that's not the. Nope. Okay, well I guess that's not going to. I don't know her name, but if you know Scott Pilgrim versus the World, yeah, she pregnant. So yeah, I guess congrats, yay. James Handley, or Handy, known for his roles in Handy. I have terrible handwriting for my notes. It's amazing I got through 0 year partially coherent. I said partially. We all know that it definitely wasn't completely coherent if you listen to it. Known for roles in Top Gun Maverick and Jumanji, he was tragically stabbed to death in a domestic dispute. Authorities have arrested his girlfriend's son. Dang. That sounds like a murder. Yikes. Man. Even the celebs are losing it too. Holy crap. Like I'm not gonna try getting into the whole latest news of which could be I'm not gonna get into it. Either way, damn, like it goes top to bottom. Like you can look on your local news anywhere if you live near a city. You can look on your local news and be like, yeah, domestic dispute turns into violence. Definitely with probably I would think more so with Florida, but then again, Florida don't take no crap compared to at least Wisconsin, in my opinion. Because Wisconsin's like the fluffy bear. So it's like, and Florida's like the drop panda. So, or drop koala, or what, drop bear. Drop bear. That's the word. That's the one. So yeah, Florida is like the drop panda of when it comes down to being vicious. When it comes down to dealing with their criminals, in my opinion. Whereas Wisconsin is a stuffed animal. So, yay. I live here. So, anyhow, unfortunately, yeah, he died. We have only the OnlyFans identity scam. We got Lena the Plug. Claims to a psycho stalker took her identity to file for divorce from Adam 22 legally. So that's a top story. So I guess identity theft is a crime.
You're a stupid dumbass.
I didn't have a soundbite for it. Sorry. We all know what I'm thinking. Identity theft is a crime. So, in case you didn't know, and if submitting legal paperwork is, I think, a federal crime when it comes down to that. I don't know. I have no idea about that story, nor do I feel like I want to look into it at all. If anything, I'll look into the leaks. Ha. I'm having fun with the soundboard. Don't blame me. So that was the celebrity news. Yes, I'm talking about OnlyFans on celebrity news. Lovely. I didn't want that. It's there. It's whatever. Anyway. Also, I just realized Saribot is here. Anyhow, so after that, we have movie news next. So we're going to start with the biggest one that we have is He-Man hit theaters June 5th with at the time of note-taking, Monday. By Monday, we're going with 6/7. No, that's not 6/7. It's 6/8. 6/8/2026. Hit theaters with a 66% rating on reviewer score, which ain't great. And then you got 88% audience review. It has opened up with 29 million opening weekend, so that's 3 days, and you got that. So worldwide, domestic, I don't know. I can't recall. But you know, it's funny. I was looking. I think it's just worldwide. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. However, I did see this. This was kind of standing out to me because I was looking this up on Monday, and the Super Mario Galaxy movie just passed 1 billion. Like it literally was like, I was like 1.0 B. I'm like, damn. Like it just got there. I'm like I don't know. I don't know why I'm trying to look it up, but like box office. What is it? Mojo. So this is going off of Box Office Mojo is what I saw. Oops. Nope, I don't want to see the Furious. Sorry. We have like worldwide 2026, and I was kind of surprised. Yeah, it's at 1 billion, and it was not on my notes. I was like, why not? Damn, I'm also looking at another thing. I could actually do a slight update here. No, we're just gonna do that. Give me here. I don't want to do that. So, and I will get to that in the next thing. Scary Movie over this weekend made. Maybe get a little bit of an update here. $55 million, or specifically $54.3 million, which is pretty significant. And yes, Masters of the Universe made $29.4 million. I don't see it saying whether or not it's. Oh, it is domestic. Okay. So it is domestic. Okay, well that answers that. Okay, so there we go. It's domestic, not worldwide. Thank you for me going right into that. Either way, I thought it was an interesting one. I went to see it. I still have to get my daughters the movie now that it's out to match their star they have. Their steel case star. Unfortunately for me, yeah, it's I need to start making money on YouTube or something. So just trust me, it's just not gonna happen. It might, but got other things going on. Literally, it just said my daughter has a broken foot. So, and by foot, I mean her ankle, but still. That's not a fun thing to deal with. Anyway, after a month in theaters, Obsession has only had a mind-blowing 7% drop. So, this is what? Obsession? Obsession, holy crap. This last weekend made $25.4 million. Compared to, and like the biggest, and I have to, yeah, Scary Movie. Okay, I'm going back and forth. Sorry. Getting right into this. Obsession has been keeping up this entire month with like Masters of the Universe just came out. Okay, with 29.4, whereas Obsession has been out for the last month when just made 25.4 million. I'm looking at it right now. I'm like, what? So that's very significant in my opinion. That's mind blowing. Really, it is. Because, I mean, Obsession is going to be the next, this is how you tell a cult classic, and then it gets ruined by a studio. That's a thought. Okay? That's my thought. Because it sounds like, I guess I'm not interested in Obsession. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe for all I know, there's maybe like a lot of guys who wish they were in that situation. Be like, I would do that differently. Of course I would dump that girl for some person who would kill someone for me. I don't know. I don't know, because I could be wrong on the plot of that movie. But it does sound like a stalker movie. So I don't know. Maybe stalkering people is highly entertaining. I don't know. I wouldn't want to. It's not for me. Let's just say that. Okay. Michael biopic has about $100K away from hitting $1 billion. And to go currently is actually $110,000 before it hits the $1 billion. Yeah. So I guess AI loves Michael Jackson. Because you get, I was like, holy crap, Mario Galaxy movie hit the billion. Why is that not on my if it hit last week, why was that not on my movie news? Did I even have it? Part 7, music, movie, Minecraft, indie horror, Michael biopic. Yeah, this AI just loves Michael Jackson, I guess. But yeah, they wanted me to. It said, "Hey, Michael Jackson's almost to hitting $1 billion." I don't know how long Michael's been out. Has it been out long? Actually, I'm gonna find that out now. Right, I'm open up Google and I type in the browser bar, not the browser bar, the heading bar. My release date, April 24th. Okay, and let's go to. So we got the 24th Super Mario Galaxy, yeah, Steelbook edition with Yoshi Egg. Yeah, I get that, Google. What is it? Theater release date. And that was on April 1st. So it could get there. I guess those are if it works, those are definitely the biggest movies there of the day. Or of the year, I'm thinking. So you got Michael and Super Mario Galaxy movies. So you got one for adults, one for kids. There's your movies for the year. There's your spring movies. I'm interested in the Supergirl movie. That's me. You can think it's stupid all you want. You can think that whatever is woke. I'm not going to judge until I actually see it. And I'm going to see it. I know we can get tickets, but I don't have money for tickets. Can't write it off as a tax. I'm not getting paid. Going into music, we have Madonna disrupted the New York City lifestyle by setting up middle of the night concert in the road. And surprise to everyone. I looked it up. Was it legal? Allegedly, no. Where is it?
Ridiculous.
I meant this.
Allegedly.
The buttons are right next to each other. No, it sounds like she did she shut down traffic for 15 minutes in Times Square. I don't know. I've never been to Times Square in the middle of the night, so I can just say, I don't know. Hold on, I need to zoom in. Either way, I'm looking at it. It's like, is this the city? This ain't Las Vegas, so city that never sleeps. So that would, I'm like, what's going on? Why are we doing dumb things to get attention like this? I'm sure. Oh, then again, I'm in a pissed off mood. Sorry. I'm just. Traffic sucks, and I do not want it. I do not care when people, or when you disrupt the people's freedoms, like the freedom to move around like that without proper, notification, legal stuff. I don't like it. It's not fun for anyone besides you and maybe the 15 people that got to see it. You did something special for them. I get it. Do something where you don't, if you didn't know it was going to happen, fine. But if you shut down traffic specifically for something like that, I feel like you have more going on with you to set that up. I mean, take for example, what's that? There was that one way back in the day. This one thing about I felt like it was like either South Park or something. Some show did a little like kind of promotion. I think it was on Adult Swim. I think it was Adult Swim was promoting something, and they ended up causing mass hysteria of like bomb threats or something like that. Like, granted, this is not a bomb threat. I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, you're stopping people for. I don't know how busy it is in the middle of the night, or if it's even. I don't know. I've only been to Vegas when I was a kid, and that's the closest I've gone to like a big city like that in the middle of the night. I mean, Milwaukee's kind of like whatever. I mean, it'd be like, in my opinion, if it'd be like coming home from a Packer game and you have all these cars there, and then it's like, oh yeah, we're shutting this down because somebody decided to cut somebody else off. That's how traffic gets slow, because somebody else is trying to be like, I'm going to go in that lane. It's going faster. Well, guess what? The guy going in front of you has to slam on his brakes, and the same with everybody behind you. That's how the fucking traffic flows.
I'm just dandy.
Excuse my language. I'm freaking out a bit. I'm sorry. Shouldn't happen. We got Phoebe Bridgers announced the Lost Tour. Congratulations. That is that. I'm definitely getting into annoyed territory with myself. I'm enjoying myself right now, by the way, but if I read something that annoys me, I'm going to yell about it now. I think. Don't quote me on it, and let me know if, again, the music's too high. I don't know. Too loud if you can hear me. But, yeah. We have Country Music Awards Fest, or CMA Fest. I'm assuming that's what it is. Like, CMA to me is Country Music Awards. Unless it ended, I don't know. But it's a fest now. CMA Fest 2026 kicked off with Jelly Roll headlining the Spotify House. Keith Urban hosting intimate storytelling panels. So if you are into those singers, then I suggest you take a look into that kind of content. My daughters like Jelly Roll with his song. My daughters like the song. I'm okay with the song. It's from the Sonic song, or Sonic 3. I'm blanking. I'm not alting. I'm blanking. They like his song from Sonic 3, where... Oh, I just remember the freaking Robotniks dancing at the end, and I was like, that's fun. I'm like, yeah, I could get behind that. Like, with the song, I was like, yeah, this makes it... I like this music video. Why? I'm blanking on it. I'm blanking. Oh. I'm losing it. I'm losing it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
Yeah, I had to play that soundbite. I don't care if you don't like the sound bites. I had to replay that. I had to play that. That's exactly how I feel right now. I'm retarded. Anyway, so that was music news, and we have let's get some other news in before we get into the gaming news, because then there's a lot to go there, and it's 1:09. Granted, I showered yesterday. I'll be fine. We have the Great Bourbon Heist. Nearly 11,000 bottles of premium bourbon were stolen from a distribution warehouse. Damn. So, and these, what was it? Premium bourbon. So, that's not great for them, because that's premium bourbon. I'm just thinking how, like, I'm just thinking of the logistics of what you do after that. Like, are you pretending to be a seller? How are you keeping this? Are you dividing, like, amongst your fellow comrades? 'Cause, like, where is this? I don't know where this is, but if it was in Wisconsin, I could maybe be like, all right. Or if someone's taking it to Wisconsin, I'd be like, all right. Taking it to Scotland. This was a Scottish heist. They have to cross Greenland somehow to get all the way over there. I don't know. I'm just thinking 11,000 bottles seems a lot. Like a lot. Just to even say. Like, oh yeah, sure. Are we talking about little freaking dinky bottles? Are we talking about like bottles about like what I would see with like comes down to like a Smirnoff? Are we talking about freaking Grey Goose bottles sizes? I don't know. I'm not looking it up. That's the NPC news part for me. I'm the NPC. You listen. My notes. In Connecticut, a big American flag tore loose and dropped into a major high-powered grid facility, knocking out power for, I believe, a couple days. I would look up. I would look up where or what happened specifically there, but I'm moving on. You can look it up. That's your quest now, not my quest. This is a side quest. Alright, then we'll go into, then we have other news, which is right now gaming news. We had a lot of award shows going on, and again, I did not check out Nintendo, so I haven't seen that, but I've seen some of the others. I think I've seen Xbox Game Showcase, and that's about it. But I know the games that have come out, like, for example, Alien Isolation 2. So, and I know about Wolverine. Let's see. I think I did see something about that, but I didn't see anything like specific. Like, okay, I don't think in the showcase of PlayStation it showcased Alien Isolation 2. Maybe I'm just wrong on that. But yeah, there was the PlayStation State of Play. We have the Summer Game Fest that also happened, and you have the Xbox Games Showcase. I'm an Xbox guy. Granted, I have a PS5. I can prove it. PS5 controller, okay? So don't think I'm just like Xbox is overall Uber alles. Xbox Uber alles. I'm thinking of the Dead Kings or Dead Kennedys. California Uber alles. Yeah, it's not anymore. And by the way, that's German for overall, not overall, not like we're encompassing everything. Granted, it's we're over all of it. That's what it means. Like, we're better. That's what that means in German. Let's see. All happened. See Gem. It just says C CAI for this. So, moving that there. We have the PlayStation State of Play that happened on June 2nd. I did see this one. God of War Laufey was announced. Until Dawn 2. Marvel's Wolverine with gameplay. You have Ace Combat 8. Bancho the Chef. I think that's supposed to be Steve the Diver. Or Dave the Diver. Yeah, it's a spin-off. So, technically, it's its own game, in my opinion. If it's called Bancho the Chef, it's not a spin-off. It's its own game that takes place in the same universe. My opinion. Control Resonant. Marvel Taken. Kamuri Onimusha Way of the Sword. Rayman Legends Retold. Silent Hill Townfall. Stuntman Hollywood. The Lost Wild, Tomb Raider, Legacy of Atlantis, and Dune Awakening. So, that happened at the PlayStation State of Play. Stuntman Hollywood, I think of that. Until Dawn 2, and this is my personal opinion of what stood out to me of this PlayStation State of Play. It was Stuntman Hollywood. Maybe a little bit of Rayman Legends, but I've never played that. So I'd be like, okay, I can play it. You had the Marvel fighting game, Wolverine, obviously, and Until Dawn 2. Yeah, God of War Laufey, I haven't even finished the first game. It's just too different, in my opinion, of what I wanted for God of War. I mean, I played 3 and I liked it. It's just, that's how it happened. So, moving on to the Summer Game Fest, June 5th. I don't know if I saw this one. I don't think I did. So I might actually have to do some more deep dives into this. Granted, I did do a deep dive on 2 of them. So I did not see this one. So this is all stuff being announced to me right now. I did take a quick glance at what these are. Resident Evil Veronica. So I believe that's a remake of Code Veronica. I'm only thinking about this because I have a buddy, and I'm still friends with him on my Xbox, who, when we were in high school, I think always got all the Resident Evil games. I want to say Veronica was one of those I remember seeing, because I remember seeing him play Operation Raccoon City. I'm like, what the heck is that? That's not how is that in a Resident Evil game or something like that? Because I was at that time playing Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube, and I'm like, and it wasn't on the Xbox, and I was like, this is Resident Evil. I don't know what that is, because those games were on the Xbox. I'm like, I don't know what that is. Either way, that's all I can think. Final Fantasy 7 Revelation. Stellar Blade, Blood Rain, Alien Isolation 2. That one I happen to see because it's just popular. Gen Atlas. Don't know what that one is. TMNT The Last Ronin. That seems interesting. I'm curious because I know my neighbor. I think he loves the TMNT Last Ronin. So I think he was hoping for the movie. So yeah, I'm really curious about that one. I should probably take a closer look into that maybe next week, considering what is it? We are an hour and 10 minutes in, which means I need to probably get something in me for food. Yes, and because I haven't eaten. This is during your lunch, not mine. Let's see. Okay, so I'm not gonna just be like, all right, list. I'm gonna do my job. This is my job, and by my job I mean this is my fun. This is my fun. Okay, I won't do it.
Allegedly.
Okay, well now it's not.
Ridiculous.
It's ridiculous now.
Not a joke.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done pressing buttons. I like pressing buttons. Don't cry about it. Anyhow, Summer Game Fest. Going back to that, we have Monster Hunter Wilds Ascendance, Star Wars Zero Company, 1666 Amsterdam, and Crossfire. There's Guild Wars 3, Star Wars Galactic Racer, End of Abyss, Virtua Fighter Crossroads, RuneScape Dragon Wilds, Mighty Cuphead Adventure. Man, I gotta actually watch this thing. Blood Massage, or Blood Message. Yeah, I must be dyslexic or something. Or I think, or I talk before I think. That's what gets me into trouble. That's why I think I'm entertaining. Because I can say stuff that I just say like, oh yeah, by the way, this blah, 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 blah. And it's sounds stupid, but in my mind, it just makes sense. Stranger Than Heaven. Hex. I don't know what that means. Dead by Daylight Long Legs. Dead by Daylight. Let me see. That's not the one game I'm thinking of. Where's my... Yeah, it is Dead, but... Okay, so I guess that must be a... Long Legs? It must be a new character. Don't know who that is, though. I'm taking a quick look. Nope. It just gives me Dead by Daylight. Nope. Can't see it. Mortal Shell 2. Sand Raiders of Sophie. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced / Remake. Here's the thing. Here's the problem. I have no idea the direction of Assassin's Creed at all anymore. I have Black Flag for my... I have it. It's called Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. So I have it. That was practically my last game I played of Assassin's Creed. It was downhill after that. So now you're telling me you got Assassin's Creed, not 4, but Black Flag Resynced, and all it is specifically the story for Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Like, you don't have any of that. You're running around stuff. You know what I dislike about the Assassin's Creed Flag is that they stopped with the modern storytelling, in my opinion, of good storytelling. I thought what they did with Resynced, Black Flag there, and what was it? I have it right there. It's the Scottish guy. It was supposed to take place a little bit before Assassin's Creed 3. With betraying the assassins and basically setting up the Templars. Either way, I think that was to me what I remember, besides when it comes down to the end of Assassin's Creed. And it's like that's where it kind of died. That's what I say. Okay? When you get into the like, oh, you can hit twice, or you can they also, I love the fact when you put a knife in some guy's throat, it actually slices some guy's throat. Call me old-fashioned, but when weapons do exactly what they do, like, that makes better sense for me. And like, yeah, you're an assassin. I want to feel overpowered. I want to feel overpowered when it comes down to this crap. I am so upset with people limiting power in games. That's not fun when I'm limited like that. And I'm so pissed. And I got really pissed when I see Assassin's Creed, when it comes down to that. It's like, oh, you have numbers above their head. You'll hit them in the arm. You know what makes me feel better? I hit them in the arm and they're like, oh crap, my arm doesn't feel that great. I can't really use that so well. That would be much better than freaking numbers above the damn heads. Because I feel like that's exactly what the original intent of video games developers had. But all they could do is like, well, we move this guy, he goes, and then this guy, he goes, and then how do we know how much damage was done? Well, put some numbers above their head and like lower their health. Fine, that works for an Atari fucking system. I'm using bad language. I'm losing it. I've even told my daughter today I try using good or non-awful language. I'm just losing my mind on this. It's just, I'm okay with like, okay, you get hit and whatnot. Maybe you don't see the numbers and whatnot. However, when you take away the element of like, say, I don't know, something that would be realistically deadly and it practically does nothing. Like I remember specifically seeing like Assassin's Creed Shinobi, whatever it's called. It's probably really offensive. I don't know. Assassin's Creed, the latest one that came out. Let's just leave it at that. That one is a good example because I remember seeing some person play it, and it's like, okay, well, they're all at levels. Like, this guy's harder than this guy. You know what? You want to know what makes a better game than that? It's just adding more security. I think in an Assassin's Creed game, that's how it goes. Not, oh, he has more health than the other guy. It is annoying to me of health bars like that, or like that kind of rising up. I hate that. If you want to make someone more powerful, I want a brand new character. Doesn't work well with MMOs. I get it. It doesn't work. You want to have that. Oh, it makes me so mad when it comes down to this. But I don't know if it makes you mad. You let me know down below if it makes you mad. I don't know. It just pisses me off. I'm not interested in that. It does. Hold on. It really does just make me mad. So that. Sorry, I need to calm down. I'm just so mad. Yeah. Sorry. But Assassin's Creed, I hate when people are like, okay, well now we're just doing this guy again, except now he's more hard. Like, it's essentially the level slider, and it makes me so mad. I'm so mad. There you go. Back into it. Fortnite Runners. I know. Talking about a change of tone. Fortnite Runners. That's another one. We have Gundam Rogue Orbit. I've never played a Gundam game. I think I tried a Gundam game once, but the thing is, I don't think I knew how the controls work. Being young, it's one of those things. I'll have to try one of those eventually again, I think. An extremely hard game. Interesting title. I'm going to have to look into it now. Not right now. I need to actually kind of start wrapping up the podcast. And I still have Star Wars news to do. I'm going to have to look into this. I think we're going to have something else other than Zero Year next week. Just because I need to look into these. And this is taking a lot. Either that or I do this tomorrow. But I kind of wanted to play John Wick Hex tomorrow. So, we'll see. Come tomorrow, it's either going to be John Wick Hex or it's going to be looking more into these summer games or games in general that have been announced / all this other stuff. Because now I'm curious. That title's got me hooked. Last Harbor, The Adventures of Elliot. Is that the same thing? Okay. I guess we're into this. Orbitals, Star Seeker, Astroneer Expeditions. That's one right there. Soulframe. Why does that one sound familiar? Soulframe sounds familiar. I don't know. Lies of P Overture. Sonic Racing Crossworlds. And Street Fighter 6. And Wolf Among Us 2. So, I don't know why I'm seeing Sonic Racing Crossworlds on here because I already own that. Like, down there. Literally, like right down there. So, I'm assuming DLC in that sense. I know a lot of things in the Xbox Game Showcase were also DLC, but now we're going on to Xbox Game Showcase. And that was on June 7th. They debuted Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. That was Activision. I don't do shooters like that anymore. Lost that war a long time ago. Gears of War E-Day. That one, however, I could get into. I gotta get back into. I gotta remember the whole story, though. I mean, like, I don't own. I think I have Gears of War 3. And I think that's the only one I think I have. Maybe 2 or maybe 1 or a remastered one. I don't know. Either way, I gotta get. If I want to play E-Day, I feel like I gotta get back into the old games again. But I don't have time. I might have to just listen to it and then go off of that. Listen to the story of it. Anyways, but there is Spyro: A Realm Beyond. That one seems interesting. I know it's purple, but interesting. If it can stay to the classic, I don't know. If it's because the way I saw this one, because I did say I saw this one, so I might dive deeper in on this, or then on these. Again, in my personal opinion, we have, let's see, Spyro Realm Beyond. They had, I think, showcased a possible open world, or unless they're just, because it seemed like Spyro can fly on his own now, but technically he could do that on certain levels before. I don't know. For me, it was just one of those things. Like, if they're making an open world Spyro game, maybe, like, granted, they're all technically open world. It's just you don't have the levels kind of stuff. I'm just curious about that. We have Persona 6 was announced or put on during this. I have no interest in Persona. I think I was recommended Persona. But I don't know any of the story. It'd be like, oh yeah, jump into 6. Like, I don't know. Is Persona like Final Fantasy where each is individual coded to the game or what? I don't know. I think I also saw, hold on, is it on there too? Persona 4 Remastered or something like that. So there's that. I don't see it on there. But we have Clockwork Revolution. I don't know about you, but I don't know what I felt. I didn't have good feelings about that one. I know people have been raving about that, but I was looking at it, I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this. Like, is it like... It didn't seem like a game I would be playing consistently. It seemed like It seemed like a knockoff of Dishonored, but I could be wrong. And I feel like Dishonored would, I don't know which one would be better. I played Dishonored though, so that's why I can only compare it. It's just like you get that steampunk thing. So State of Decay 3, that got put out there as well. I think I think it's good for its genre. I'm glad people enjoy it. Metro 2039. That one, I don't know what to expect for that. It's based upon a story, and I know my buddy, one of my old buddies from high school, was sort of telling me about this, about Metro. Because there are other Metro games, and I don't know if it's loosely based upon the books. I know it is based upon the books, but loosely, or if like this book is this book, or this book is this game, or something like that. Either way, it seems it. Either way, that one looked phenomenal in my opinion. I was so interested in, like, holy crap, this dark kind of thing. Yeah. And then, oh yeah, there it is. Persona 4 Revival. Again, now I can play the fourth one. Okay. Minecraft Dungeons 2, so dungeon crawler, Minecraft version. Magicians the Devil's Deal. That one, I think the wand magic is a good idea. The game that it is, I don't know. It definitely had a what's it called vibe to it. Magicians the Devil Deal has a what's it called vibe to it. I'm missing. I'm blanking. Why I constantly blank. It's the BioShock vibe to it. So there's that. Magicians the Devil Deal has a BioShock vibe to it, in my opinion. Whereas I feel like what I want in that sense is I also want, like, because it is, from what I saw in the trailer, it's not. I didn't see any gameplay, but it was first person, so I don't know. But I feel like when you're doing a wand and you're doing other stuff like this, I'm curious on how to implement it, because when I'm doing like this, I'd be like swish and flick or something like that. I really want to have, like, what is it, Star Killer vibes when it comes down to gameplay, where I can, like, it's like force pull or force push kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff I feel like would be very fun. That would make the game fun. Like, you bring it, like, it comes down to, like, the whole, it's a little bit of the Force Unleashed mixed in with Harry Potter, or no, not Harry Potter, Hogwarts Legacy. So if you do take those two things, put them together, and then make it first person, if somehow, and if you can implement it well, I think the Magicians, the Devil Deal, would play amazing, in my opinion. In a hybrid of that, like, because think about it, like, you're going like this, like, it's think of it as like conducting a symphony. Like, you're going through this. That's how I would want it to feel, because technically a magician conducts a performance, and you all comes down to different angles and whatnot. And when it comes down to the actual magicians, oh boy. Where Winds Meet was posted there. Castlevania, Belmont's Curse. I feel like I'm trying to think. That one. I'm trying to think of how the story goes for Castlevania now, because I don't know. It's just like, okay, it definitely seems like a game you could just pick up and go into and be like, okay, there's all these other versions or past lives or family and whatnot. You could learn about that in that. Either way. Valor Mortis. Don't remember that one, so can't say it's good. You got DLC for Doom the Dark Ages. It's called Revelations. Then there's this one, which it's called Crazy Taxi World Tour. Very popular. You want to know how popular? They made a Simpsons game out of it, and that's the version I played, because it was called Simpsons. No, it wasn't called Simpsons Hit and Run. It was Simpsons something. Maybe it was Hit and Run, but same deal. Get the people to their destination time before time runs out and whatnot. Which that honestly sounds fun to play again. Like it'd be definitely a game that you play. It's not like something you play for a year or something, but it definitely seems like one of those games that gives you that nostalgic thing. Kids should hopefully play and get their own nostalgia from it. Then we have Fable was announced with its release, because I know that. I've been looking forward to Fable. It's from what it looks like, the main story is quest to kill the woman boss, is what it is. That's what it looked like. So interesting. Yeah, had the return of Jack of Blades at the end of that trailer too, which was, I will say, that looked kind of cool. Like, curious on how it is. Maybe the blade of Sword of Aeons, not blade. The Sword of Aeons, if that makes a return, I'm very curious if somehow they do something like, okay, we can take save files from this, like from your Fallout Anniversary, which would be very upsetting because I did not finish Fallout Anniversary. So, because I played a lot of Fable on the original Xbox and whatnot. So, and I preferred that over the gameplay style of Fable Anniversary. That was just me. Let's see. Senua. S-E-N-U-A. Senua? Senua? I don't know. Again, another one I didn't really know about. Join Us, however, that one stood out to me. That one, you basically start and run your own cult. Funny enough, I've been listening to Camp Gagnon recently and going over a cult. So, yeah, I might actually enjoy that one. Be like, I know what I'm doing. I listened to history on how to do it. But no, I might actually give that one a try on stream. That one seems quite like it would be fun. Resonance, A Plague Tale, Legacy. So there's that. Halo campaign Evolved is going on. It's going on PlayStation. No, Halo no longer. To be honest, I don't think it was ever, or it's not. It was a console exclusive at that point, or since, or unless if this is it. I don't know what to tell you. I think it's interesting. I'm curious to see what they do with the campaign, because I literally just played. We just this last year played Halo 1 through 1, 2, 3, and Reach on Master Chief Collection to this. You know what? I'm curious. Like, yeah, it could. First one could do an upgrade, but we'll see if we got 2020 brain on that. So my bets are possible, very more than likely. They're still doing Pride Month, so yeah. Like, look at any of the other companies that were doing this. This is not a big thing anymore. So, Wo Long 2, Wings of Ember. That's a game. I don't really. Bad Magpie, I remember seeing that one. That one looked interesting. Bird That Can't Fly. To me it looked like a sequel to Untitled Goose Game. So then there's Vivarium. That one, funny enough, I just watched Howl's Moving Castle this last weekend, and then just to look and see that Vivarium is a game which is essentially that kind of art style, and it's just live around that. And I was like, I don't know, maybe it is definitely a girl game. Am I going to tell my daughter about it? Maybe. But honestly, I think she's better off doing things off herself. Like, oh yeah, you want to live life in a Valerian? I don't know. She would rather have fun instead of living life in a game. Age of Empires 4, Raiders of the North. So there's that. Microsoft Flight Simulator had an update, or has an update, or is getting an update, with more American stuff I remember seeing. We have more Fallout 76 DLC. Did not realize that was still going. It's called Infestations. Then there is Wuthering Waves. And then Grounded 2. I'm assuming that... Wait, they made a... I thought the first one did so bad and they didn't need to make a second one. Oh. Anyways, my highlight that I remember seeing was the 20th anniversary Xbox edition of the Xbox Series X. Why? Because that the green... If you saw the controller they had with it, the green one that was see-through, you want to know what I had? I had that exact same fucking controller. Pardon the language. I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
So, yeah, I had that green one. It was wired. I loved that thing. I was like, because green's my favorite color. You have other stuff to prove that green is my favorite color. You can take the symbol for the channel as that. I like green. So when just to see this all Xboxed out, I'm like, yeah, this is like, if I could get another Xbox Series X console, I would. I'm not going to. I have everything I need on that, and then when the next one comes out, man, I wish I could have that green one. Oh man, but I don't know. It's just one of those things. But that is the end of the news. That was a lot. That was like a half hour. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. Star Wars news. And then, yeah, we're still doing NPC news. How about that? It's because this was news. This was news for me. Yeah, we're still doing this. Star Wars news. So, gameplay trailer for Star Wars Zero Company. Yeah, I'm bringing this back. So, I was interested in the gameplay. So, if you're clear on knowing XCOM or Mario versus Rabbids or Mario Rabbids, it's essentially that. I love Star Wars, so this is perfect for me because I remember playing a lot of Mario Rabbids, and I was enjoying the crap out of that game. So I probably should enjoy XCOM, but I mean, this is Star Wars. This is the aliens I wanted. So, a Zero Company Techno action game, and that comes out August 27th, 2026. Has a release. It has, I think if I recall in the trailer, and I got a couple likes on this comment that I made. It was weird. I was like, oh, hey, look, a Mandalorian that isn't doing it for the credits.
No offense, but it sounds like some fucking commie gobbledygook.
So, yeah, I was like, it's like, okay, yeah. It's whatever. I like my Mandalorians to be more badass. And by badass, I'm like, take no crap. I like, for example, Maul, like the Mandalorian who was following Maul, who got her lungs ripped out of her. Quoted that's what they did, because it's not shown, obviously, but that's apparently what they put as the sound. Because that's what she requested to die as. That was badass. She was badass, I think. And then you have the other mercenaries who took off. They, at least, I think, they pansied out. But still, they got their comeuppance, died horribly in an awesome way. Then we go. So we got the story trailer for Star Wars Galactic Racer, with new locations were featured as well. And that's coming out October 6th. So that's another one I'm going to be going into as well, because it's practically Pod Racer, and from what I can understand, this is going to be like a spiritual successor to Pod Racer. Not only Pod Racer, from what I saw, you're going to be able to attack your other racers. Makes sense. We saw it in the movie. You know what also makes sense? This is a spiritual successor for Midnight Club, in my opinion. Like, at least I played Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. That game had you have actions where you could blow out the bottom or something and just spin out your opponents if they're close enough. Oh, where have I seen that before, Mario? No, and that, or yes. But then there's also like, oh, you can have a boost. Okay, yeah. And then there's also a slow down time one. I don't know if there's going to be anything like that in there. It'll be like a Jedi power, be like slow down time. But boy, from the trailer, it seemed like this actually could be a spiritual successor to that kind of gameplay of attacking people while you're actually racing something actually really fast. I don't know. I'm going off of my experience of Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. Okay, I got it for the Xbox, and then I couldn't play it anymore because 360 was a thing, and then, or maybe it was a 360 game. No, it wasn't. Thinking to myself. And then you have, yeah. So, and then I played it on. I got it for the PSP because I liked it so much. But yeah. Going next in the Star Wars news, we have Shadow of Maul number 4 came out this last month, I think, or no, this week. This week, yeah, that came out because it's the beginning of the month. That should come out at the beginning of the month, and that's still going strong. So that is the tie-in comic to the show. So if you guys got any comments on that, let me know if it's any good. Just let me know. I'm genuinely curious. If I should just start finding, be like, okay, buy this one, buy this one, buy this one, buy this one, or just go in the whole thing, like I'm doing with my Batman stuff. The Art of Star Wars: A New Hope, the manga, Volume 1, announced is coming June 16th in Lucasfilm in the Summer Project state. So there is that. I need to make a lunch for work. I need to eat lunch, and I've been wasting. I can't say I've been wasting time. I'm enjoying my time. Thank you for joining me for NPC News. That was NPC News. I am hangry, so maybe I should eat something a little bit before I start this. Unless, I don't know, you enjoyed the commentary on it. I lose my shice over it.
Zip it.
I shouldn't say it, but. I shouldn't say bad words, but yes. Anyhow, I'm as I've said, I'm extremely hungry, and I can't speak anything coherently currently because I'm trying to talk too faster before I can even think of anything to say. Either way, hope you enjoyed this podcast. This is SideQuest. This was SideQuest 11. I am Jay Ellensworth, your host, or J Guy for short. And I will see you in the next one. Take her easy. I'm not in the right thing. Oops.